Question number 2, Mr Speaker.
Universal Credit supports working parents with childcare costs regardless of the number of hours they work. This provides an important financial incentive to those taking their first steps into paid employment, and people can recover up to 85% of the eligible childcare costs on Universal Credit compared to 70% on the legacy.
Thank you, the Minister, for that reply. As he will know, one of the big challenges with Universal Credit is that families have to pay the childcare costs up front. And Save the Children and the Centre for Social Justice have recently warned that this is leaving families in £1,000 worth of debt when they start work. So under the review that the department seems to be now conducting, can they look again at this? And can they also look at their other recommendation of making it not 85% but 100% of childcare costs, because this would really benefit those local.
I thank the honourable member, who I know has worked tirelessly on this very important issue. And the government, we recognise the importance of this, which is why we've increased the financial support in this area by nearly 50% since 2010. And we are making improvements specifically to do with the having to be paid in arrears, in terms of improving communication and making sure that the flexible support fund is better known and better used for those where a financial barrier would be the case.
Andrew Bridgen.
Can the Minister confirm that under Universal Credit there will continue to be additional support for parents with disabled children?
Yes.
Dr Rupert Huck.
Can I ask that no one ever suffers the indignity of Paulette Reid of Acton, who over Christmas, working mum with 3 kids, found herself with £10 to her name for the entire holiday season. When she rang up the DWP for an advance payment, we're told that everyone gets an advance. She was told to go to a food bank. Obviously, the people there have no understanding that it's a referral process for those. How can this be happening in the 5th richest country on earth now? It seems that I, Daniel Blake, is becoming reality in Ealing, Queen of the Suburbs.
I'm very sorry to hear about that case, because she should have had access to an advance payment, and if she was down to her last £10, it should have been made available that day. If she would write to me with all the details, we'll look at that very specific case to see what went wrong.
Dr Philippa Whitford.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I very much welcome the statement from the Secretary of State about looking at the impact of universal credit on women, and through women often on children. So will she look again at the single household payment and consider separate payments to protect women from financial coercion, control and abuse?
I thank the honourable member. This is mostly in relation to do with domestic abuse, for which I've been doing a huge amount of work with Women's Aid, Refuge and Mankind to make sure that there is better awareness that split payments are available in those circumstances, and greater work on identifying, referring and supporting those claimants.